Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. I am Dead Pulse. Joining me in the booth tonight for this special race, Fry Teeth. How's it going today, sir? Check. Well, I can't hear Fry Teeth. Maybe someone
Yeah,
else
that might be a
can.
problem. Here, I'll join
Well,
you in the booth until Teeth figures out what's going on with their audio.
we got a little time here.
Yeah, we got time.
So, anyways, we got. Oh, by the way, I'm also joined in the booth by Dark Moon. We got Automatic Habit tracking. Let me get rid of that quick. So yeah, let's do boot camp week 5. We have Platy Party week 2. A lot of excitement going on tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time right now. Looking forward to this one. I mean, I love the Duckling season every year, and it's really cool that we're doing a platypus party again after, I think, almost a couple years off from the last one that we did.
And it wasn't slapped together at the last minute. So
No, not at all. Totally.
But yeah, I love these flag sets, not just because I had a hand in creating them, but I played a couple of them for testing. I think you're going to enjoy watching this race, and I think you're going to enjoy doing the Duck Weekly coming up. So, without further ado, I want to try to run over the flags as quickly as possible. Dark Moon, if you wouldn't mind bringing up the...
Let's bring up the right flag. I'm sorry. There we go.
There we go. All right, so in goal, we have a short Topher.
Oh, yep, goal. There we go.
Short Topher, we're going to be fighting all the Fiend refights. There is a Topher exit. Nothing we haven't seen before. Scale. This is kind of where it gets important. So we have boss stats are at 80 to 190, but it's clamped 100 to 200 on the HP. So it's a little bit higher than vanilla, but you're going to know what's going on. I believe the enemies are either 60 to 190 or 50 to 200.
60 to 190.
60 to 190, perfect. But take a look at EXP and Gold Boost. We have 3.0 times XP, and we also have 100% extra XP per orb. So basically, every time that you defeat a fiend successfully, you will get a bonus 100 experience, and that is huge.
That's stupid,
once you kill
honestly.
that third fiend, yeah. Once you kill that third fiend, that experience is going to be raining down. But also note, nuns gain XP. Deads do not. This is going to become important as we scroll down a little bit.
Yeah,
incentives.
And it's important to
go ahead.
note that the 100% per orb basically means that right now you're at 300% experience. So one orb will take you to 400, 2 orbs will take you to 500, and so forth. It's not like we're saying you're going to 6 times. It's 100% cumulative on what you already have. So
Yes, a very important distinction.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can you imagine like a 12x scaling?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. We've done the 500 or the 5 times plus 500% per key item, like the 20% per key item on top, and like even on just that, where you're sitting at like 8 times experience, it's so ludicrously dumb. Anything higher would just be insane.
Oh, I beat these imps, level 15. Nice.
Exactly.
As far as incentives go, we have a lot on the board here, most of them in vanilla locations with the exception of Ice Cave. But if you'll take a look over at the items side, you'll see that we have the Mastery of the Defense, the Opal Bracelet, the Power Gauntlet, the Black Shirt, and the Ribbon. But Floater, for some reason, is not checked, and it's kind of grayed out. That's because we removed the floater for this seed. That means that we had to modify some of the maps so that you could get to places that are normally inaccessible. So I believe if we head over to the Overworld tab, this is where all of it's going to be. So we turned on Northern Docks. We've seen that before. So there's definitely a dock at right. Yep, you'll see both of the examples right here. One going to the Sea Shrine, one going over to Mirage. We've turned on the Bahamut Cardia dock. So normally where you promote, there's a cute little dock there, so you can get there and still promote. The Lefane River dock. So you'll kind of recognize this on the path to Lefane. You can, as long as you have the canoe, you can park there and access both Gaia and Lefane. Because we've also turned off Gaia Mountain Pass, cleared a little path for you. Look at that. So you can get everywhere that you need to go once you have the ship, the canal, and the canoe.
I'll be honest, I've been playing this game long enough that these 2 additions to it still screw me up right now. Yeah.
I hope that everyone read the flags before this, because if you did not see that there's going to be no floater, a lot of times you won't see Lefane River Dock or Gaia Mountain Pass on if floater is involved.
Yep.
So, all right, in maps.
Can you
we've
hear
got
me
something
now?
else interesting.
We can!
Oh, there
Hey!
you are, Fry Teeth.
All right.
How you doing?
I'm good. Got the headset working again.
Excellent.
Well, I'll let you guys take over from here.
Thank you, Dark Moon.
Thanks.
So in maps, we have town shuffle. So this means exactly what it says. All the towns are shuffled, except for Canaria. So Canaria is always going to be good old Canaria. However, let's say you go to Provoca, it could be anything. It could be Elfland, it could be Lefane, it could be Crescent Lake. So it just adds a little bit of spice to the game. All the early progression stuff is on. Towns, we have add Gaia shortcut, move the item shop. We have Lefanish hospitality and add Lefanish superstore. So the Lefanish superstore is the important one here. If you have not seen it yet, you go to Lefane, you go all the way over to where level 8 magic is normally, you will see these big shops. They literally have every spell except one of the level 7s. So you can get all of your magic here. So let's say Provoca turns into Lefane, you literally have access to all the magic that you could ever want. Another thing I don't think
That's kind of nice because I've had a.
Oh, go ahead.
Like I say, I've played a couple seeds with Town Shuffle where you get stuck with, Lefane, Onrak, and Gaia in the inner sea, and you got no magic.
You're stuck with level 1 magic, which is, lit and slow too. And you're just like, we have Dragon's Horde on. Dragon's Horde it moves all of the Cardia chests into Bahamut's room in a cute little semicircle around them. So you can just grab all the chests out there at your leisure when you promote. It just keeps you from stopping at each of the individual places. All right, treasures. Oh, I got 2.5 minutes to finish this up. So as you can see on the bands, we removed floater. You get a free bridge, a free canal, a free canoe. So basically all you're doing is looking for that ship somewhere in the inner sea, and that's going to give you access to literally the world. Shops and magic, nothing extraordinary here, all pretty standard. Enemies. So we have shuffle trap tiles and use alternate formations are going to be on. So some scary things can be happening in there, or you can, find like a nice eye tile or something. Fry Teeth, what are your favorite alternate formations?
Definitely the eye tile, and personally, if I've got good magic, I like the iron gold tile.
Oh yeah, I always forget about the iron gold tile, but if you get an early mass mune or even like nuke or fade, they go down pretty quick. Party, oh my goodness, party. This is where it starts to get exciting. So we have 2 forced party members. One of them is a melee, one of them is a mage. You get to pick your 3rd party member, but you're forced a none in your 4th spot. So the most characters you can have is 3. And remember from scaling before, nuns gain XP. So you're forced to take a none. That's going to redistribute XP a little bit differently. The whole goal of this was there are different ways of getting XP. And this is just kind of a weird mathematical way to try it out. Classes, Better Thief Agility is at 80. We get 2 Blurst classes, 2 bonuses, 1 Malice, and we get add spellcasting bonus. And I think that's going to be important. Let's quickly go through gear and items. So you're going to start with a random AoE caster item because we're not evil here. You're also going to get an Explorer's starting pack, which starts with, I think, 50 healing potions. Where is that? 10 10s, 50 healing potions, 4 pures, 2 softs, just in case, you can't find any in shops. And then there's a ruse item. We got blurst weapons and blurst armor, -2 to +5. Elemental weapon bonuses at 25. And then adjustments, I think, is the last one that we gotta do quick. Let's see. Faster ship is on. There you go. All incentive chests have fanfare, so that's it. That was a lot of talking. Oh, and perfect timing. We're just about to start. Sorry, Fry Teeth. Thank you for joining me in the booth tonight. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a Force Fighter, a Red Mage tonight, and we've got a couple different directions on that second character here, or third character.
Oh yeah. That's let me take a look at the. I want to go over the blur things really quick for everybody. Oh, exit locked to White Mage. Except the thief has White Mage spells. Oh, that's gonna be great. So, as far as the Blur's fighter has plus 20 strength, plus 40 HP, minus 15 vitality. The thief has access to White Mage spells. So anything that a White Mage can learn, not to be confused with a White Wizard. Thief also has Black Belt vitality, minus 10 strength. The Black Belt has Katana, can use a Katana, can use level 1 black spells. We'll get 2 charges of it. And minus 10 agility. Red Mage has 20 vitality, can use the white shirt, and has Black Mage strength. The White Mage has plus 10% hit, can use Thieves' Swords, and minus 30 HP. Oof. And the Black Mage has Thief Luck, plus 30 HP, and minus 15 strength. So, looking at that, it looks like they were forced a fighter and a Red Mage. Fry Teeth, what third character do you think you're taking here?
Well, you know me. With this XP scaling, even with the none getting XP, I'm gonna kill off that fighter and bring a black belt with me.
Yep, that's perfectly reasonable, and especially you're gonna have that black belt's gonna have quad X, zap, lit 2. That's pretty good. Saracen finding a Bane sword, Bane plus 5 sword. That's actually really good. Getting a ship and the loot already. So we have the ship from the king. One thing to note is that early king item, I believe, is off in this. Maybe that's right, maybe it's not. But so you're gonna have to kill Garland to get that. Oh my, Provoca turns out to be Crescent Lake.
Crescent Lake, and we've got a cube for sale. Not too expensive though.
But yeah, $7,000, not too expensive. You can also go and get the incentive item here, so that's kind of nice.
Got an herb, so we'll be able to trade that in here shortly.
Yeah. So another thing, the caster item that everyone started off with was a mage staff, so it's going to cast Fire 2 every time that you use it.
Got some pretty good spells at level 6, with Nuke, Temper, and Invis too, so that's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I didn't see where they lie as far as what the Red Wizard is going to be able to learn with them.
I didn't either, but that's because, to me, most often level 6 magic doesn't exist.
If it were fast, I would definitely try. But Nuke and Temper, by the time you're ready for level 6 magic, you should be feeling pretty fine.
Alright,
So
pretty nice level 2 magic. We've got life there.
Oh yeah, so ADR just went down to Elfland, finds Provoca, finds fast, fire 3, and life. Amazing. So that life is going to be night learnable. So
what would you have taken as your third party member?
I was just going to say, I was thinking about party select, and I don't know. I really like ADR's party. I would put the thief out front because we do have the plus. Let me just double check so I'm not hopping over myself. Yeah, we have the better agility, plus with White Mage spells. Not only that, but you are going to have the first 4 levels. Once you promote, you're going to have the first 4 levels of black. So if there's anything good in those first 4 levels, you're going to have a ridiculous amount of magic charges. So anytime that a character who normally doesn't cast magic at the beginning, such as a thief, when they get like White Mage spells, they are going to level up their spell casting the same as a Red Mage would. So that means that you're going to get your first level 3 charge at level 6, your first level 4 charge at level 10, etc.
Got some copper +4 bracelets for sale. Nice early game armor for just 500. But I agree with you. If I wasn't bringing the black belt, the thief is definitely the one I would bring here.
Well, what's nice about this, Blake, is that you do get that kind of choice. Ice Cave is incentivized, and with the amount of armor that we have going in, and we have Fire 3 at level 2, I'm pretty sure that's where you're going next.
Me? No, definitely not.
Well, let's see what we got. So Saracen's still cashing out all this magic ADR, talking to the Rage Dwarf a couple of times. And
Sword is nice to see.
Sword, yeah. So one of the things that I think about the playstyle is going to be very different whether you're taking a black belt or not. Normally it is. But with the black belts, there are a lot of these incentive items that you really don't care too much about, like the black shirt. You probably don't care about the ribbon much. So you're hoping to not check those locations. Whereas with a fighter party, you're probably going to check most locations. You could probably get away without the black shirt. But everything else, if you don't find a ribbon, before that, if you don't have some sort of way to ruse, like, a lot of these items are pretty nice.
Yeah, and that's the other reason I like the black belt here. We've got 22 incentive locations, and if you're running a black belt here, you can shrink that down to about 16 or 17. And so if you can avoid that, random location in Ice Cave check, that's going to save you a ton of time.
Yeah. One thing that I forgot to mention was the encounter rates. So I went to throw the platypus for a little bit of a loop. I did overworld encounter rate at 0.2, and I did dungeon encounter rate at 0.8. Now, why this is kind of scary is that the encounters are not going to line up. Most of the time, when we do things, you're going to see like a 0.7, 0.8, or a 0.6, 0.7. That means the encounters are going to line up with what they are in the overworld. So if you take 3 steps in the overworld, get an encounter. If you go into a dungeon, you're also going to take 3 steps to get an encounter. That's not the case here.
All right, so we've got Lefane. Is that the Melman location?
Yeah, so we get to see our Melman Superstore here.
Yeah, pretty easy trap tile and marsh to get away from.
And we found the power gauntlet out of there. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I don't know, if you were taking a black belt, would you walk this out or would you reset?
I'd probably reset it. Nice item to have with a black belt, but definitely not necessary.
ADR getting the bad news that Nuke is not going to be learnable. Well, that's fine. We don't need Nuke where we're going.
Oh, I would be surprised. Where's the next place do you go? Do you go promote right now?
If I am Saracen, oh, absolutely. No reason. Yeah, actually, if I'm both of them, I do go. You know why? Because Ordeals is right next to there. I mean, one of the benefits of this with the 0.2 encounter rate, like, you're not going to see a lot of encounters in the overworld, so it's not as punishing to, say, travel all the way over to any place. Like, it will take probably about half the time because you're not fighting, 6 encounters on the river system. You're probably just fighting 1.
ADR is making the early ice play.
With exits.
This is always a scary play to me, though, this early.
Yeah. With exit, I kind of like it. But it's gonna feel real bad if there's nothing, if there's the black shirt here.
Yeah, and it's just, especially to me because, you know, given that it's random item, you know, it could be the first chest we check, or, you know, you could have to check all the trap tiles and bounce
Yeah.
out of here 2 or 3 times.
Look at that. So we get a 4 mage fight. This is a great XP fight, and while they probably won't go down to that mage stick, they'll probably go down to 2 of them. They'll probably go down to 3 of them. Because with 3.0,
Person is making the promotion play.
Yeah, that's you might as well. There's a lot of chests up there too, so if you're looking for gold, it's not a bad idea just to run out and promote as soon as possible. I even go in there without the tail, it always feels bad to double dip this location, but at the same time, there's a lot of chest density.
Yeah, I like this play early because given that you've got all the chests there.
Oh my, a zombie D-tile. Oh, that... so much experience. Oh, and white shirt +5, the red mage can equip it. Oh my. That's a huge get. Oh, Saracen pulling
Saracen finds a
out
ribbon
of there. Nice. So that's a question I have for you. Let's say you take a black belt. Do you, I believe, let's just confirm this, that the black belt is going to be on a 4-1 as far as magic growth. Yep. So 4 for unpromoted and 1 for promoted. Do you even bother coming in here and checking out all these chests if you're a black belt?
It depends if I need money. If I need money early, then this is a terrific place to come in and grab some money. Otherwise, no. Alright, so ADR did get the ribbon out of Ice Cave, but he's going to keep checking chests. And some nice items down in that room.
Oh, Gershark.
And, oh, wow.
Oh my god. Oh, that, oh. If that, I would have liked to see him test out the Gershark just to see if we could quad exit.
Yeah, that's good for some early levels if you can. At this point, though, if I'm in ADR's position, I'm very strongly considering killing off my black belt with this gear.
Yeah, I would not blame you. I suppose it does matter how the mass immune rolls and where we can find it. If you get a nice early mass immune, a lot of things open up to you that don't. Like your whole goal here with 100% XP per orb is to, it's not a surprise, get some orb kills, get some fiend kills, get that experience up higher. Then every fight just, you know, is that much more work. Thank you for not letting us just drone on for like 15 minutes and... Oh, perfect. It's just, you know what? Even if this wasn't going on, I just talked to Platy for
Yeah.
several hours.
For some reason, the RPG Limit Breaks channel, which I'm going to blame just Twitch for, just dropped our connection. But we are back up and running properly, and you can hear the dulcet tones of Deadpulse and Platy once more.
Ooh. Where did we leave off?
About 30 seconds back.
That was weeks ago.
Saracen's found his way through the Pillars maze and ordeals, and there's a trap tile I just want to get away from.
That's gross.
Alright, Cure 4 and Wall at level 4.
Oh man, these sorcerers are just... That sleep touch is just brutal.
Two of them in a row.
Oh my! So what's ADR's plan? What are we doing now? We've gone through Ice Cave. Are we going to Volcano now?
Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's heading north. He may be going to trade that bottle in.
Oh, and Argoyles. I hate Argoyles so much, and they have heat and sleep touch. Oh my god. Ordeals is not great. How did Saracen get through this? Well, I guess he's not through it yet, but... Oh... So we found the rod. The rod is going to be required for this. However, it won't lead to another incentive location, but this is the fear. If you put off ordeals too long and it's required, you're literally gonna last location of something that you need.
Finding that rod, I don't recall what the boss scaling was, but he could probably head right down there over to Earth.
Yeah, he really should. Just it's an easy kill. I would like to also have the ruby so I can do all of that in one swing, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take the 100% extra XP as soon as possible. The boss scaling is 60 to 190 with 100 to 200% HP. So that means Lich has what, 400 to 800?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It sounds right. I'm going to say that with
I played too many black belt seeds and just go and punch Lich once and
Lich has less than 1,400 hit points.
Alright, well, we've got Melman up at Onrak with level 5 Fade.
Let's see, and Lock 2. We're thinking about buying it. We are going to buy it. Probably not a bad idea. The worst case scenario, you know, the boss rolls 100, like Chaos rolls 190% on evasion, and the next thing you know, your mass immune swing is, you know, one hit. Ooh, pretty cheap pro rings. I like Saracen visiting these armor shops and looking for this, although we're going to find a decent amount of gear as we're just randomly going through. Getting decked out beforehand really helps this early game. I say early game as we're going into, you know, as we're already promoted and going into Waterfall. Question in chat. So I'm correct in assuming that Sea Shrine is still an on-rack no matter where it spawns. That is correct.
The Onrak has to be at Lefane, I think, because I think we've seen everything else.
Yeah, I believe so. Let me check our tracking notes here. Let's see, yep, that is correct.
ADR promoted. He's got, you know, that fighter is pretty well protected now.
Oh my. Oh, now I have to remember. So the Dragon Armor and the Aegis Shield provide protections versus certain elements. For the life of me, I can't remember what they are. But I'm pretty sure that it's fire, ice, lightning, and something else in there. Maybe someone in chat can help me out. Oh yeah, the Dragon Armor is all the main elementals.
See, that makes two of us. I have no idea either.
I just know that if you equip a Dragon Armor, an Aegis Shield, and a Pro Ring, you're pretty much protected against everything. I think the only thing you're missing is Earth?
TNT comes out of waterfall.
That is not great, and we didn't find a lot of stuff out of there. And what stinks about this is Saracen does not have a fast transport like ADR does. It doesn't have an exit. So
Even better would be as if this TNT leads to the slab and you gotta come all the way back up here.
yeah. But that's always an issue, right? But I like how our runners had very divergent paths, but are now about to high five in the waterfall. Almost having the same encounters. But it's kind of nice. We have, since we have the Mage Stick and we have Fire 3, Waterfall is definitely a great place to go because you're going to get a lot of mummies in there. We don't have an ice spell, so the nightmares are still going to be an issue.
ADR can afford to be a little more aggressive as he goes through here, because Saracen has to make it in and back out. ADR can immediately exit out once he gets his TNT.
Oh no, those mud goals working him over, but Saracen manages to survive it. Just that 0.8 really is showing at this waterfall as he's trying to run out. He's getting ambushed by almost everything.
Yeah, that thief really showing how useful it is on ADR's side. Because he may, Saracen had the TNT before he even came in, and he may be out first.
Yeah. Those Gasties not fooling around. The only benefit is that Saracen is now level 12 with 2 of his party members. I believe ADR is 10, but, that's 1 or 2 battles. Everything ambushing. Oh my goodness.
He makes it out, though.
So wonderful. We still, I believe both runners still have the cube to buy. We can't forget that the cube was in Crescent Lake, which is in Provoca. It's always once you play these a while, like if I was playing this competitively, I might take notes about where the towns are just so that I wouldn't forget. Is that something that you still do with that Fry Teeth, or do you try to just memory the whole thing?
I have I make a tracking sheet that I print off for every seed I play.
That is a great idea.
I list all my incentive locations. For Town Shuffle, I have the town sitting there. I have boxes to put in the blursings. Sometimes it works well for me. Sometimes, not so much. But
it's always a good idea to have some sort of notes that you can fall back on. It's the worst feeling in a race is just, I'm missing one item. I don't remember where I have to go for that.
Yeah, so I don't mark down what I find at each location. It's just, if Volcano is incentivized, it's on my list. I get the item there and it just gets crossed off. What do you do for tracking?
Oh, I will keep up the flag set on my second monitor on the incentives tab, just as a visual representation of where all the incentive locations are. And then if it's something that's a shuffle, like either town shuffle or entrance and floor shuffle, I'll have just a notebook in front of me and I'll quick jot down notes if I need to come back to a location, or I'll scratch it off if I've already completed everything there.
We've got the bad news, as I suggested earlier. You gotta go up to Waterfall to get the TNT, to get the slab, which he's gonna have to go all the way back up there to translate.
Well, at least
And
we
then
got a fast boat while we're doing it.
And then he's got to come back down here to find, get back to Lefane, which is at Melmond.
Well, that's okay. Once we do all this, then we can go. We have the rod, so we can go over and beat up Lich.
Well, he doesn't have the rod yet. He has not been to Ordeals.
Oh, I thought Saracen went to.
Saracen does, yes.
Oh, right. ADR turned his in first. Well, Saracen saving. Gonna go check out all the magic in this superstore. Pick up, unfortunately not exit. Picking up Fog too. Ooh. So ADR going back with the key. So we got the key from the crown turn in. Goes to Canaria, finds the chime, so now we can go by the cube and we have access to Sky.
The only item that we are missing at this point is the Oxyel.
Yeah. And we still haven't found the ruby yet, so the ruby's going to turn into 2 incentive items. And besides, let me take a look. So we have found the defense, and we found the ribbon. The ribbon was an ice, right? The incentivized ribbon?
No, Ice had the bottle.
Oh, that's right. I apologize.
We have not seen the incentivized ribbon yet.
So we haven't seen the black shirt, the ribbon. We saw the power gauntlet. That was in Marsh. We haven't seen the open bracelets or the mass immune. So there's still a lot of quote-unquote dud locations, even though they're useful items. We call them duds because they don't advance the progression. So one tip with these kind of flag sets is I like to try to group as many locations as possible, and I like to do things that I have stuff for. Now, before you go, wow, that was really insightful. I don't like doing Marsh Cave if I don't have a way to fast exit out of there. I don't like the same thing with Ice Cave. I don't like going to Volcano if I can't complete it, and I don't like going to Volcano if I can't go to Ice Cave as well. So there's a lot of things just to think about, like how ADR is now going to March Cave because we have the ship, we have the canoe, so we can go there kind of quicker. We have exit. We're higher level, so things aren't going to be as scary in here. I really like going to Marsh Cave late in this kind of flag set. Excuse me.
For me, that depends on magic. If I've got good early magic, I like to go get Marsh Cave out of the way and, get up to level, 5 or 6 in there.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly reasonable as well. But I like what both runners are doing right now. So Saracen is taking out Lich like we thought he was going to as soon as possible. So he's going to get that bonus XP. ADR is now clearing out areas that he knows incentive locations are in, which is pretty much what you need to do. Just keep ticking them off the list until you get your go mode or you're satisfied with your gear and you're in go mode, and then head on over to Short Tilfer.
So, for Saracen here on Earth, where do you want to go next once he gets through here?
So we still have ice to do, and I think that might be my next location. I would go to ice and then volcano. You could convince me to go to volcano first, but I don't know what he's rocking for a weapon at this point. I think he's got the defense sword, and as long as you have the defense sword and fast, you're probably fine against carry.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll go to Ice first, because if you get something useful out of Volcano, I could see him just skipping Ice completely.
Oh yeah, that's that is the terrifying aspect. There was yeah, because that the 6-pack chest had the dragon armor, had the Aegis shield.
Plus, that bottle is required because it turns into the key.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ADR, I completely missed what he got out of Lefane.
I also missed it.
Oh no, he's just going in right
nothing
now.
yet. The Ruby. So the Ruby is going to have 2 incentive locations. It's going to have the Titan's Trove and then Sarda. And Lich has Sleep Touch as well. Saracen casting Cure 4 to wake up that fighter. So Cure 4 will also cure stun, it'll cure poison, it will cure sleep if cast in battle.
Right, switch down, we've got our first orb lit.
I think Saracen is tired of getting sleep touched.
The only thing I might consider is if I'm going to go do Volcano and Ice, there's a good chance I'd do Volcano first, because if I can get through and take out Carry, that's another big XP boost before I go to Ice Cave.
Yeah. Plus, there is an incentive item in Volcano on the very last floor in the vanilla, the red dragon chest, if you will.
That's exactly where he's going.
Yeah, I like this play as well. You have convinced me that this is better than my way. I also like what ADR is doing. Once he got that ruby, he comes back and checks this out because there are 2 incentive locations here. It's a 2-for-1. It's as long as it's not, the black shirt.
And I also like the way he did Titans. He went up to the exit on the other side first, then came back in so he could exit out to get down to Sarda.
Yeah, that saves a couple of steps, and that's what you need if you're going to win.
Well, he's got his endgame weapon now.
Oh, we got the Massamune. That is definitely very nice. Is there any particularly bad misplays that we have seen yet? No, actually. Both runners took a little bit of a divergent route, but I can't. The only thing that I might have done. Nope, I wouldn't have. I was thinking for Saracen to go turn in the slab first, then come back and turn in the. I'm sorry, go translate the slab, then come back to get the item from there. Because if that was the ruby, that would be faster. And it did turn out to be the ruby, but at this point, we're just kind of nitpicking, 5 seconds here. Friety, have you seen anything that screams at you misstep?
No, I agree with you completely. Both very, divergent routes, but, both very solid routes, and, anything would be nitpicking at this point. So ADR is going to get his rod.
And run into those sleep touch sorcerers.
He should have a little bit easier time, getting away with that thief.
Yeah, especially if the thief. Normally, with that extra agility, I'm putting the thief in the top slot. However, if there's a lot of enemies with sleep touch, I almost think about putting the thief in the back row at that point. So instead of trying to get my ambush chance up, I'm just, all right, I'm going to run and hopefully they're not going to get hit. So one thing with 3 party members, Well, let's go back. If you have 4 party members, the chance that each character is going to be attacked is 50% for the person in your first slot, 25% for the person in your second slot, and 12.5% each for the people in your third and fourth slot. So when you take out when you have a none, that person can't be targeted. And in the same way that if you have a dead, if they can't be targeted, then it's going to reroll until they can target someone. So that basically means that if you have your party like Saracen does, it's still going to be 50%, then 25, then 12.5%, and then it takes that 12.5% and essentially adds it, so another 6.25% to the top one, another 3.1, etc. So it still maintains the ratios of basically 4-2-1-1, if that makes sense. If I'm not explaining that well, we'll have someone with a math degree post something in the Discord to kind of explain all that.
Saracen finds the crystal, and that was also a nice trap tile he found there.
Oh yeah,
The mage fighter. I might have considered taking that and getting just a couple quick levels on that. I know he's already at 15 or 16, but sometimes when I find a good trap tile.
Oh yeah, sometimes you just got to take a couple levels on it. What I didn't see is heal pot situation. That might have played into it.
It could be. Yeah, I don't know what he has right now.
Oh my goodness, that bull survived 234 lit 3, just didn't care. But yeah, ADR is finding a lot of the same things that Saracen did in Ordeals. And that's probably because of the 0.8 scaling. You're going to hit pretty much the same encounters.
We get our first look at Carrie here. Well, that's not a fun start.
Oh, ick. Damage poison. This is going to be a very sketchy battle. Because at this point, we're power bonking. Well, you know what? We have Cure 4, so hopefully that goes off. We're probably going to lock again, just to make sure we get the hits. Excellent turn order. Thunder rolling out next. Oh my goodness.
Main, but I don't think that's very high probability to hit.
It really isn't. I believe it is a 3 and 256 at this point. This Carrie's magic defense is pretty high. Oh man, did that fighter just hit for 2 hits for 2 damage?
No, that was the red mage.
Oh, that's just, oh my goodness. So yeah, quad Xing is definitely the point that we are at now.
All right, he gets through though after that damage poison came through.
Oh
again.
my goodness.
And I like the curing the fighter before, moving, because you never know when you're going to run into an encounter after.
Oh my, absolutely. So Saracen now has to... We're probably going to go up to Ice Cave, correct? And then we're going to go turn into Crystal.
I would imagine so.
But ADR... So ADR got the rod from Ordeals, successfully made it out. And now is heading over to Volcano to clear this out. I don't blame him. You got a mass immune, and your party's about level 15. You'll have less problems than Saracen did.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if Saracen does loot those boxes where ADR found the dragon armor, because the incentive is before those. Sometimes it's tempting to just stop.
Yeah, I want to say Saracen will loot that. But you can definitely make the case if I'm in this situation, find that crown, I'm out of there. I'm not checking any more chests than I have to.
You know, I'm the same way. I'd find that up in the room of two, and I know he doesn't have exits, so he still has to walk it out, but I'm not going down to that other room.
But definitely, like, if for some reason I decided to go check out that 6-pack, and I found all that gear, I would definitely not check any more chests. I would say, oh hey, I lucked out because I did these green chests. So now if people look for other items, like, you'll get an advantage if people did not check those and then are going to check the armory, or maybe check more in Sea Shrine or maybe Mirage 1. It just gives you an advantage.
Yeah, because there's not much more you can really need at this point. I mean, another ribbon might be nice, but you know, you're gonna have two of them, so
Yeah.
not necessary. And other than that, there's just not much of anything you need. So here we're seeing an advantage of the later ice cave. First of all, the amount of XP he's getting from those zombie Ds, and also just the fact he's able to take them, and whereas ADR ran from them because he was much lower level.
Yeah, that was 3,700 experience for the 3 party members. That is huge.
The sorcerer is back.
I have to hope that we're at 41 minutes. A lot of times it's very hard to remember blurses, especially when you have a lot of them. I hope Saracen remembers that the red mage can equip that white shirt.
Me, that's also one of the easiest blurses to forget.
Yeah. When am I ever going to use this?
Exactly.
And another thing that I will often forget when I'm playing things like this is the fact that vanilla, the red D chest here coming up, is incentivized. Sometimes when I'm doing these practice runs with this incentivized, I just go right to carry, and then I'm out and I'm like, oh, I didn't check that. Have to do the walk of shame all the way back up.
Saracen is going to check and be rewarded. Oh, and there's a gold bracelet in this room too.
Oh yeah. I was afraid that he was going to check those 4 chests and not go to the trap tile, which has the Aegis shield and the dragon armor on it. Well, I mean, we already have the opal shield +3, so the opal shield and the Aegis shield are going to have the same amount of defense in vanilla, if I remember correctly. The opal shield just protects against lightning, and if you have the dragon armor, you obviously don't need that. It'll provide that. But the opal armor and the dragon armor, I believe, also have the same base defense. It's just that the dragon armor provides resistances where the opal armor doesn't. So if you have a ribbon and you have a dragon armor -5 and an opal armor, +4 or something, the opal armor is going to be better. If you have a ribbon. I just make sure that is clear.
Harry on ADR's side. And we can see already the difference that Mass is making. 7 hits for 734.
Yeah. Which is really interesting. Like, it's so great to have the divergence that we have here, because ADR went to ice, came back later after getting the mass immune to get carry, so that we had better gear. It took less time. Saracen decided, I'm going to do both of them in one shot, but it took a little bit more time because we didn't have the same amount of gear. I don't know. Question chat. He didn't check the eye chest. The incentive location in this was random. It wasn't the vanilla location. So he already did find the crown in there, I believe. So not checking that time. Oh, I'm sorry, it was the bottle, which
leads to the crown.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Platy's got to straighten me out. And then, you know, of course, Autumn, like I told you before, if I say something grossly inaccurate, feel free to, you know, unmute and be like, well, actually, this is what it is. We want to make sure that the broadcasts are giving the most accurate information. But with the bottle being before that, we have and Saracen not having exit. Even if we did check the eye chest, the eye tile chest, we wouldn't have a fast way out. But we get a ribbon from that crystal. So that's kind of nice. We're gonna have two ribbons on both party members, both players, I believe.
The Oxyel, if I've got everything written down correctly, that's got to be in Sky. And then I believe we've got an opal bracelet in C.
I think you're correct. So that's level 7 magic. Now, one thing I will say is that Saracen is checking these magic shops. I think the Gaia level 7 ones are the ones that don't show up in here, or maybe it's the other level 7. I don't remember. You can test it out. One of the level 7s do not show up in the Gaia Superstore. But I definitely wouldn't, as soon as I find that Gaia Superstore, I'm not visiting any other magic shops. If I ever need magic again, I'm just going back there because it's all easy, it's lined up, I can buy multiple things. Saracen somehow found a T-Rex on a 0.2 encounter rate and absolutely took that. Did ADR just find a gas detail, the second one in Earth? That is a lot of experience, but they have over 500 health. So it takes a little bit to kill, but let's see the experience that we get out of here with one orblet, 6,100 experience. Almost double what Saracen was getting on a 2 zombie detail. So yeah, ADR sees this, goes, all right, keeping this in my back pocket. We're going to go kill Lich. We might come back here, though.
Saracen is now doing that whole slab sequence that ADR did earlier. And I have a feeling by the time ADR gets through Earth and Saracen gets through Sarda, we're going to be pretty close to even.
That to me is just so amazing that the route diversions that we've taken, we're going to be bottlenecked by Sky.
I mean, I think ADR may come out a little bit ahead, but I don't think it's going to be more than a couple minutes.
Well, we're probably going to be high-fiving. Because Saracen has to do the crown, and then we'll get the key. Oh yeah, you're probably right. Maybe a minute.
Yeah, he's got the key. He's got to get to Canaria, and then he's got to get through Titans and Sarda.
So boss scaling is 100 to 200%. Astos, I believe, has I don't remember the vanilla HP. 200 and some change. So Astos can roll above the 300 HP required for Quad X to work. I still like casting Quad X because it's a guaranteed 300 damage if they have under 300 health. But just a quick note, like if you cast, why didn't it work? It's only going to work about 50% of the time in this, I think.
his chime.
So yeah, Saracen gets his chime and he realizes, okay, either this slab turn in that I'm about to do is going to turn into the Oxtail, or I'm going to Sky.
And Saracen has the shuffle the Titan snack on there. He picks up the salad.
Titan eating a little healthier these days.
He's checking all the magic again. Not sure what he's looking for here.
Wanted warp. Oh my. So ADR going
How often do you check the level 8 magic?
Next to never. The only reason that I check level 8 magic is if I'm missing fast. But if I've got a black belt and that black belt is level 42, fast is just icing on the cake. You probably get away without it.
Yeah, typically don't need it at that point.
But with Gaia Superstore, it only takes a couple seconds to check. Saracen getting the black shirt and ghosting the rest of the chests. Oh, now he's picking them up. I was gonna be like, oh, this is great to not pick these things up. But ADR definitely going back. We're getting what is that? 12,000 experience now for.
That's pretty nice.
That's a little ridiculous. So maybe I'll have to figure out how that math works. 12,000 seems a lot more because what did we have? Was it 2 gas Ds before and we got like 6,000 experience out of it, or was it 3 gas? Whatever. The point is, 4 gas Ds is going to give a lot of experience. You're going to take like 6 fights and you're going to be endgame levels. But these gas Ds are fighting back a little bit.
Yeah, it might be time. Yeah, he's at 22. I think it's time to get out.
Oh, what are you talking about? We still have Cure 4s and a Dream. Well, if I have the Mass Immune and I have it on the fighter, I definitely want to get up to level 24. Chances are I'm going to get that just going through Sky and Sea, especially, just killing the bosses. Taking 1 fight maybe. So maybe he's trying to get up just a little higher level than that. Maybe to the level 35 breakpoint.
Yeah, I don't think you really need to get that high with this scaling though. But he's going up.
It's a lot of experience. Like I can't blame him. The problem is that with black belts, the more experience that you get, the quicker the seed is going to go. And it increases exponentially at that point. But with the fighter comp, even when you have the Mass Immune, it's more of a linear track up. Like, yeah, the game is obviously going to be easier to complete if you have a level 40 fighter, but it's not going to be that much easier than, say, a level 30 fighter. Whereas a level 30 black belt versus a 40 black belt is much different.
So while he's doing that, Saracen has pulled ahead and is heading up in Sky.
So we have to see what Sky is. Another one that I always forget the incentive location when it's in vanilla, and I'm just I'm ready to go. I'll always forget about it and have to come back in.
Beaver is at 26, and now he says that's enough.
Yep, I don't see him taking any more fights. I'll have to see what Saracen's levels are based on the HP. What, about 20?
Yeah, that would make sense.
I do like that the red mage has over 400 life, but life was level 2, and that's night learnable, so... Oh, we did pick up Nuke and Temper. Now, this fight that Saracen's taking, I do not care for. Airs typically have a lot of evasion and a lot of health, and they don't provide too much experience for what they get. I typically try to avoid them, but if you have a lot of nuke
came
casts...
to the same conclusion.
Yeah. If you have a lot of nuke casts, go for it. Airs are actually my least favorite enemy to get as an unrunnable.
Other than some of the C packs, yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah,
So
nobody likes that.
All right, so he's at 21. He's got his Oxyl, so he's got everything he needs to finish now.
I like taking these metal slimes in here. With Fire 3, they are weak to fire. You have the Mage Stick. That's a lot of experience. I mean, 34. I mean, it's not it's not 12,000 experience. Let's settle down, but it's still a decent chunk.
And you gotta take the eyes anytime you see them.
Yeah, there are a lot of good fights on this floor. And look at this. So we were just talking about how Saracen takes the lead. ADR is literally now on the same floor.
And I think it's that air fight that let ADR catch up.
Yep. Oh yeah, anything that's on the open sea as well, like unrunnable sahags or sharks. Just come on, get me out of this encounter. So now this is another fight. So this is a decently high XP fight that Saracen has. However, Mancats are not. I think they're strong against fire, thunder, and lightning. So you need to have a nuke or a fade, a non-elemental spell for them.
I do find it interesting that ADR is still taking fights after that grind that he did.
I can see taking fights on that floor. These are... Oh, we got a war mech. Come on, Saracen. You can just take this fight.
And he is.
Oh, open up with Swirl. We're also using that red mage. It is... it is definitely time to... Alright. So now, any spells that Warmech has, those are taken out of the pool for the Fiend fights. So anything that Warmech has, we're probably not going to see. So if Warmech has like a Slow 2 or a Cure 4 or something, it's nice information to know. ADR getting stuck with an air fight.
He has to take this Warmech fight. It's unrunnable.
Oh, Warmech is unrunnable?
Yep.
Uh-oh. 24,000 experience to Saracen.
And he's now caught up on levels.
So, I did not catch that the Warmech was unrunnable. There's a chance we could run into another couple. I mean, 0.8 is pretty high. I bet we run into another one. Oh, the airs are unrunnable. Why did I commentator curse this? Oh my goodness. And we're getting ambushed. God, Sky is just terrible. But I mean, it goes to show you, this shouldn't be a surprise. This is standard, I guess I would say. You're gonna find a lot of encounters on the Bridge of Destiny. The encounter rate is what, times 28 times or whatever. ADR finding the Warmech.
Well, ADR's got his Warmech.
So this is the minigame. Get to Sky. Round 2, get past the Bridge of Destiny, which has a ridiculous amount of unrunnables, and then finally beat Tiamat.
Came out not hitting for anything there.
Well, one thing, you always want to be prepared for like an unrunnable war mech encounter. You don't see it that often, but the worst thing that could happen is you encounter this and none of your people are healed up. You'll see people of every skill level healing up before they even take one step on the Bridge of Destiny, because an unrunnable war mech will ruin your day.
That happened to me. More than a couple times.
And beautiful. So Saracen gets out of there, doesn't miss a step, realizes, yep, I've got to go to Lefane. And that's going to be on rack, which he's got his Oxio. ADR, not far behind. And so Saracen, one orb away. I doubt that we're going to go get the incentive item here. I think we're just going right to Kraken.
I can't imagine any reason why you'd, with the encounter rate as high as it is. It's just an opal bracelet.
It's like the best bracelet in the game, though.
Yeah, it's just not worth the time.
You got a gold -1. Your red mage has a white shirt +5. You're feeling fine. And you should have, everyone's got the black shirt. So,
Yeah, but I don't think Saracen has equipped that white shirt yet.
No, I'm gonna shake my fist at him when he comes in here for a little interview. I forget what level Brack was at. I know that we had Bane at level 3. Brack was at level 4, but so was Lit 3, so was Cure 4, and so was Wall. So I can see the red mage not having it. And with the black mage, you might as well just cast a nuke at that point.
Now, I know we've got Short Topher coming up. It's all 4 Fiend refights?
That's correct, all 4. Now, another thing that I always like to remind people of with Kraken, Kraken is weak to lightning. So if you don't have Brack, or you don't have Bane, or you don't have a nuke, Lightning 3 will suffice as a discount nuke. Still going to do a lot of damage, and I've beaten Kraken several times at ridiculously low levels because I had, Lit 3 and a Drain.
So it's one of the funny things to me about Town Shuffle being on. When we see these fights, we've got the grassy background in the Sea Shrine.
Yeah, I do like that. We're fighting Kraken in a very soothing field.
Goes off and Kraken goes down.
But Saracen does do Brack strats, gets some style points. And beautiful. Filling up on healing potions. Probably going to grab a house or 2 if we don't have some. It is now off to the races. Saracen should just be headed right back. So now, here's where it kind of gets interesting. A lot of times what I will do here in a no-floater situation is I will park at the river tile next to Matoya's Cave. And that is pretty much, if you're outside of the Inner Sea, that is the closest you're going to get to Temple of Fiends. Let's see if Saracen goes there. Oh, he did.
Same thing, especially with how low the encounter rate is on the overworld.
So I will point out that he took an extra step there, and on the overworld it doesn't really matter. But that little jut out on the left-hand side, that is sea. You can walk over that. I mean, it's not that important, I suppose. Schubinator, there is no floater. We removed it from the game for this, so they had to do everything by sea.
Let's look at Lich 2, and
Oh my goodness.
not much of a look. And going all offense on carry 2, and that fire 2 is nice to see.
I like what ADR is doing against Kraken. Kraken has sleep touch because why everybody has sleep touch, and cast sleep. But we're casting defense on the fighter, and we're doing Brack on the red mage and the thief. So we have kind of a backup strategy going. I really like that play, and it pays off.
Two opens with ink. Now the Brack here on Kraken 2 doesn't work anywhere nearly as well as it does on Kraken 1.
Yeah, we're probably going back to damage strats. It kind of stinks that Nuke is at the same level as Temper. I would probably have casted Temper instead, but Kraken has ink again, so it's probably fine.
Probably save the Tempers for Chaos.
Yeah. And I would have also thought about throwing out a Quad X here. Oh, perfect. And I like the use of Cure 4 here, just to not spend a bunch of time on healing potions. ADR already in Temple of Feats, 3 bosses back from Saracen. 2 bosses back from Saracen. So
I think
short
Cure
term,
4 is good there for 2 reasons. Not just the time save, but
oh no. Well, Brack is not really gonna work well against Tia 2. So we have to hope that Fade and Nuke can carry us through here. Huge rolls on that. At this point, yeah, you absolutely use your last Nuke.
tough to get through.
So we don't have any
what I was gonna
do have a power bomb. Go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was going to say, the other reason for the Cure 4 is you never know when you're going to, Tiamat's going to take out most of your party. And if that red mage is gone and you don't want to reset out, you don't have, if you use up the healing magic while the characters are still alive. And then once you get to Chaos, if you're without that red mage, you can use the heal potions still.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to use it or you're going to lose it.
Alright, so here's Chaos, and ADR is just 1 fight behind. Chaos has nuke. Had to be somewhere. We hadn't seen any nukes yet.
That's true. Blaze coming out. Now, I like what Saracen did, just using 1 defense, and then going for the power gauntlet strategies. We have a lot of defense on that fighter. Chaos probably isn't going to hit that hard.
Yeah, and seeing that nuke come out, you want to get your damage up as quickly as possible.
Yeah. We're doing locks. We're going to cure 4 that fighter. Absolutely. You got to keep that fighter alive now. 10 hits for, 653. That's pretty good. Oh, great turn order. Crack comes out. Saracen survives it. ADR starting Chaos as well. ADR slightly higher level. But Saracen's already got about 1,700
already.
2,500 damage. Ooh. And there we go. Saracen.
Down goes Chaos.
GG. Yeah. Let's see. Saracen finishing with racetime.gg, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 12 seconds. We'll go over the rest of them right now as ADR is continuing on, casting some defenses. We're doing some light damage here. But now we're just defensing up. Gonna swing. 7 hits, 375. Unless Chaos has something really dangerous that we didn't see with Saracen, I think ADR is gonna round this up in a couple of rounds. Round this up in a couple of rounds. That was great, Dead Pulse.
What's up, fam?
Oh, hey, Saracen, welcome to chat. Sorry, I saw you there, but I wanted to hit back to.
No, we got action on screen, man. We gotta pay attention to the action on screen.
Things going on.
So, it took until after the race, as I was talking with Shimbabi, to find out that the thief had white magic. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't check your blurses?
Now. No, I basically just skipped right over to the mages. I'm like, there's no way anything good rolled on the thief.
Oh, my.
Whoops. It's okay. I don't regret the black mage. I mean, I had nuke the couple of times I needed it. I had a couple tempers.
Crack rolling out again. Oh no, the fighter goes down on ADR's side. Oh, we have. What do we have left?
We had a pair of weights. That's a real problem.
Oh no, we're savoring up that thief, and we're gonna ruse. Oh, but that's fine because we have Cure 4. We don't have any Cure 4s left. We've got Cure 3 and Nuke. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's terrible.
And a nuke. What a rude chaos.
Yeah. So, Saracen, you had the white shirt for quite some time, and you didn't put it on your red mage.
I didn't know he could wear it. Didn't care.
Oh my goodness. it was a white shirt +5, and it would make him feel pretty. I can't believe you didn't make him wear it.
You know, if I remembered blurses past about the 2-minute mark, I'd probably be a better runner. I really should name characters after their blurses that matter late game. No, I don't remember. just give me stats, all right? Stats that I can forget about. I think I had Vitality on the red mage. That made me feel pretty nice.
Oh yeah, that red mage was thick. So, Saracen, you were at that 1 hour, 10 minutes, 12 seconds. Good enough for 4th place.
That's your consistency.
Oh yeah, you took 4th place last week too.
Yeah.
So Shimbabi coming in 1st place, 1 hour and 56 seconds. So GG is to Shimbabi. Luffy DV coming in 2nd place, 1 hour, 6 minutes, 7 seconds. And the Dengwu, 1 hour, 9 minutes, 49 seconds. Just, 20-some seconds ahead of you?
Yeah, 23. And then Rich Bork, not long after me. 24 seconds later at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 36 seconds.
Yeah, that's a lot of people right in that range. I wonder if one thing that we kind of noticed here is that you and ADR took very different routes at the beginning. But once it got to the bottleneck of Sky, like you were within 1 minute of each other at that point. Like just seeing how your routes converged again was really exciting.
So I really felt bad about the Ordeals play. I'm like, I have to go down here because I have the early tail. I need to promote. I'm gonna get 13 boxes or something like that out of the horde, so that's good. But then I head into Ordeals and struggle bust my way through there. I don't even get that many levels because I'm afraid of my spell charge situation. Don't take Zombles, which is really unlike me. Get the rod, and I'm like, I guess I can do Earth, maybe. I should do Waterfall first, and it felt like that was a disappointment. And I didn't have Exit because I didn't take the Thief. Feels real bad in that regard. But, you know, I think that things got a lot more logical for me once it was like, okay, I have the rod, I'll go do Earth, then I'll go do Volcano, then I'll do Ice. Hopefully I pick up some levels in Ice, hopefully I get something worthwhile. And then worthwhile ended up being a little bit of a runaround. It was nice hitting the Dragon Armor Aegis Shield pack in the bottom room of ice. Or, yeah, Dragon Armor and Aegis Shield were like the 6-pack on the bottom floor.
Oh yeah, we weren't sure if you were going to go down there.
Well, I didn't have exits, so I figure it's 6 boxes. It's worth checking, right? That's my logic. It's not that far out of the way. Sometimes it pays off. This time it paid off because that set my night up for the rest of the seed. Like that kind of it sort of turned off some of the loot goblin tendencies, which then returned for a little while elsewhere.
So now after playing this seed, after seeing it, 30 minutes 30 minutes beforehand and trying to get your strategy together, what kind of advice do you have for the Ducklings? Because this flag set, not this seed specifically, but this flag set is going to be the Duckling Weekly for this week.
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to running the weekly basically as soon as it gets posted. So, first thing I'm going to say is, double check your blurses. Don't be like me. Don't forget everything once you start getting into the seed. It's very easy to forget. The easiest way to handle that is to name your characters after relevant blurses. These are fighter flags, not black belt flags, and Deadpool shows his love of fighters once again. But you're kind of going to get stuck with a melee and 2 casters. It's just one of those casters you don't get to choose, and your melee you don't get a choice of at all. The only exception to that is when you get interesting spellcasting bonuses, which we happen to get, and I happen to not notice. From a standpoint of routing, be ready to reset when you head to Provoca and get disappointed by Lefane.
Hold on, I gotta cut you off. I'm sorry, Saracen. The ADR just finished up. I had a little bit easier time on that chaos. Was able to cure 4 and do some invis stacks. So GG's to ADR in chat. So just a quick rundown, and then I'll head back to Saracen. ADR was able to finish in 10th place, 1 hour 17 minutes, 37 seconds. These times coming up are really exciting. So we left off at 5th place, Rich Pork. We got Clementinas, 1 hour 14:50. We got Pickles and Beer, 1 hour 16:20. Admiral Tryhard, 1 hour 17:13. Devious, 1 hour 17:16. So just within 3 seconds, we're gonna have to do a retime on that one. And then ADR coming in just 19 some seconds after Devious. So GG ADR. That was a rough chaos. I gotta see if he's. I don't know if he's joined us in the broadcast booth or not. But ADR is in chat. Yeah, that crack went through the ribbon. I think you did check it over, but yeah, that does happen sometimes. You try to go with your backup strat, and that almost worked out, but my goodness. I'm sorry, Saracen. And we're back to you. You were finishing up your thought about my love of fighter seeds now?
Yeah, well, I think fighter flags, because Deadpool famously dislikes the black belt, which is so unlike his co-op partner for IT. Well, co-op partner of last year, right? I don't know. Were you partners again this year? I can't remember.
We haven't done any of that league this year. Maybe before spring tournament that league starts up again, but who knows?
I had to duck out of the co-op tournament this summer.
I gotcha.
But surprisingly, they're sort of tailored for for fighter. You're correct, but Fryteeth was pointing out several reasons why a black belt could suffice in this, and really it's going to come down to where the items are. I mean, if you get like an early mass immune or something, that's a huge boon for the black belts, because even quote unquote solo grinding with that extra XP going to the nun, if you're that XP scaling is ridiculous, you're still going to get up to level 32 pretty quickly.
Yeah, the other thing that I'll throw out there is focus on your fiends. Get those orbs lit early. I dawdled a bit when I got the rod, and there's a degree to which I regret that, and there's a degree to which I don't. You know, I needed to do the stuff while I was there. But the faster you get your orbs, the faster you're going to get online, because the experience really sucks until you get your first orb lit. And then, you know, things kind of smooth out from there.
Yeah. Is that an ADR I see heading into the booth? I think your mic's muted. GG's.
Yeah, thanks. This thing on.
Oh, yep. We can hear you loud and clear now.
Excellent. Yeah, that game early on bounced off Marsh. I had to stop and say, well, what am I going to do now? Decided on ice, and I was pretty happy with it. And then, yeah, that chaos with the crack. I think I slipped 4 places as a result of that.
Oh my, yeah.
That's the game. It happens.
Oh my, we're gonna get through you. So as I was telling Saracen, your route diverged from him quite significantly. However, when you bottlenecked back into Sky to get the Oxiel, you were within 1 minute of each other. So the quick question that I have for you is, what kind of advice do you have for the Ducklings who are going to be running this flag set as the weekly?
Yeah, I think one is don't be afraid to readjust. If you're trying something and it's not working, go ahead and look at what your other options are. Like if that marsh, if I just kept going and kept wiping in there, it probably would have cost me a humongous amount of time. And then the other advice is to defer your grind until you get the orb. And when I went into Earth Cave, I checked those trap tiles, saw that Gasty was doable, but then decided to go take Lich first because that would have cut the time in half. So make sure that you keep an eye on your item and orb scaling.
There were Gasties in Earth. I ran right on by them.
Oh, they were delicious and experience-filled.
I just got my 4 levels off the Warmech and counted it good.
Oh yes.
All right, I've talked a lot. Fryteeth, you have any remaining questions for our 2 runners?
No, unfortunately I missed a lot of it because I was having some Discord issues. So I'm not 100% sure what you talked about, but I'm guessing you probably did a pretty good job of covering everything.
Well, you're absolutely right. It was the best job ever. Don't rewatch the bombs. But yeah, so this was I like this flag set. I played it a couple times before releasing it out there into the wild. Just a nice, easy going floaterless flag set. Last question I have, Saracen and ADR. How about those unrunnables on the Bridge of Destiny?
I don't remember.
There was
remember the
unrunnable
Warmech.
Warmech and unrunnable Airs up there.
Oh, I mean, I don't think I ran into the airs, but the Warmech I was going to take no matter what. I didn't even look to see if it was runnable.
Yeah, those airs cost me some time. Swinging at them, swing and miss, and I had to use some spells, and then the crit started to land. But airs are one of those fights where I don't like taking them because they're so evasive. So being forced to take it is an experience.
Yeah, that's good advice all around. But this is going to conclude our boot camp week 5, as well as our Platy Party week 2. So we only have one more race left in this. Dark Moon, I believe, is going to be updating the scores and posting them after the race is finished. Duck Derby coming up in about 3 weeks away. I believe that sometime this week, Greg Leapuff is going to be posting what everybody's day is that they're racing based on what they said in the sign up. So we'll have our groups so you can kind of plan out which day you're going to be taking part in the Derby. Other than that, Dark Moon, if you're around, if you want to take us out.
I can do. Yes, we do have the dates and times and everything planned out, and we know who our teams are going to be. So here's the groups. Greg Lee passed it off to us right before he went out. He had other stuff coming up. So Group 1 on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. is going to be Sagan's Rufus, Budgeman, Ivy Karma, Brist. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Don't judge me after I pronounce any of these wrong.
As Bryce.
Bryce, whatever. I'm bad at this, and I recognize that. Phoenix 29, Chest Jerk, Walls of Jericho, Sayonara, spelled very strangely, but I like it. 412 God with an XII. We're just gonna go with that. Rusty, Tie Vault, J-Man, and Argath 475. And then Group 2, Sundays at 6 p.m. are gonna be Kumo, Dusk Plume, Hate 13, who's actually doing the other restream tonight, so good on him. Estiola, One True Brock, Wit Fox 470, AK, Sunflash, Nightmare Phoenix, Sisyphus, Ikir, and Autumn Out of Habit, who was our tracker today in this room. So yeah, that's gonna be some pretty good groups right there. Yeah. Beyond that, I want to remind everyone that, as Deadpulse was stating, that we have one more week coming up, 6th week of boot camp, with the 3rd week of the Platy Party going on top of that right there. But before we get to next week's, I want to remind you that we have the async race going on tomorrow at, I believe that's 9 o'clock. That's going to be on the Discord itself, just for fun. Come and race and try out these flags in another version of this setting. Then Wednesday is the Puff and Pulse Variety Hour, where they are going to be reviewing other VODs. Do you have the VODs picked out for this week, Pulse? I'm going to guess no. So, beyond that, then on Thursdays we have our extra credit class, where once again Luffy and I are going to be racing the Week 5 extra credit. That's going to be a fun one. I hope you guys come and tune into that. Puff and Pulse and the extra credit going to be on the FFR channel, and then that all loops. Well, then there's the Thursday night weekly at 10:30. That's another Discord race, and then at that point we loop back around to Sunday for Week 6 of the Duckling Boot Camp and Week 3 of the Platy Party. So hopefully you guys stick around for all of that. We want you to be part of Final Fantasy Randomizer, and on that front, if you liked what you saw here tonight and want to see more, haven't checked out Final Fantasy Randomizer before, or maybe you have and want to come back for more, go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, where you can find links to the Discord and the development Discord, as well as the game itself right there on the website, resources to help you learn how to play the game, and everything you need to be a part of Final Fantasy Randomizer. From myself, Deadpool, Sprite Teeth in the booth, Autumn Out of Habit, everyone on the other restream, everyone in the Final Fantasy community, want to thank you for watching. Hope you'll stick around for more, and we will see you on the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel, twitch.tv/Final Fantasy Randomizer, hopefully on Wednesday for the Puff and Pulse Variety Hour, if not again, on RPG Limit Break on Sunday next week. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.